The Divine Fury. For a movie that involves a lot of priests, exorcism, and demons, it really isn't a horror film at all. Hello there, namaste. So, The Divine Fury is primarily a supernatural action thriller, I guess is the best way I can explain it. It basically follows a kid who is talking to his father. His father goes to church with him every Sunday. His father is a police officer, and he's basically asking his father just like, "So, did you pray a lot when mother passed away? Why didn't God let her live?" That kind of story, talking to kids about, well, why does God do what he does? And then a few scenes later, he loses his father as well. So he ends up growing up absolutely hating God, like with the pure type of hatred. And I've always said it because I've had personal experience with it. When you hate something so much, you truly believe in it. So he constantly is walking around in his older years. He's like a professional MMA fighter, and demons start to possess his body, start to hunt his body. He apparently has a stigmata on his hand, which basically means he has a blessing of the gods to exorcise demons. And it was kind of a parting gift from his father to make sure he stayed pure, to make sure he stayed innocent, to make sure he stayed a good, kind-hearted person. But as he hates God and wants nothing to do with him, he ends up starting to accept demons into his body. He ends up getting paranoid. He ends up bleeding from the hand. He ends up actually having to see a priest. And then guess what? The priest happens to be an exorcist. And then he actually starts becoming friends with this priest. And the priest kind of takes him under his wing to show him the ropes of what exorcists do. Of course, during this time, there's a dark bishop around who's, I guess, the opposite of exorcists, who basically puts demons in people to give them extra strength, extra power, extra, whatnot. But I gotta say, I absolutely did love this film. There are scenes in this, especially when the lead actor, the MMA fighter, is getting possessed in the beginning, like it's a shadow that's small, that grows big, and then it's like, it's primarily in the shadows. If you've seen the casting silhouettes in this film, they're so well done. So freaking well done. Like there's the dark bishop as he's walking in, being lit by a candle, and his reflection, his silhouette on the wall behind him shows spikes and horns, and his body's all like he isn't what he seems. But the priest kind of becomes a father figure to the main character, and the main character basically realizes that he hates God. It's not that he doesn't believe in God. It's that in order to hate God, well, like I said, he has to believe in something. And like I said, I've gone through this personally. I grew up medically ill, so I understand that kind of mindset. So for me, when he was talking about his hatred, I'm just like, oh my gosh, he truly believes. He really strongly believes. Because in order to hate something so thoroughly, you have to absolutely 100% believe in it. This film really is worth the watch. I mean, I was going into it thinking it was going to be a horror, only to find out it's a supernatural action thriller, which honestly, I think I was more in the mood for, because a horror, you watch it and then you're just like, okay, I have to comfort my wife for the next week because she's going to be dealing with nightmares because of this. With this one, it's just like, okay, they had a few instances where they utilized shadow, where they utilized sound, but other than that, it was primarily just the journey, following along with another exorcist, because normally you have like the exorcism or the Pope's exorcist, or those where it's primarily that. But right here is like trying to deal with your own demons while trying to learn that a profession other than what you did previously. I highly enjoyed it. It probably wasn't one of the best films I had seen, but I really did enjoy it. I'm not gonna lie. It was fun to watch. It really was, because it was nothing what I was expecting. But after it, I'm just like, you know what? I wish I knew what it was, because I probably would have enjoyed it a little more. Because every single time I'm just like, okay, there's gonna be a scare here. And then nothing. Oh, that looks cool. It's gonna start leading into the scare, and then nothing. But then finally, when you realize what it is, it's like, oh, okay, this is just well paced, perfectly done. It's about a mentorship. It's about trying to deal with one's demons. It's about a father who's wanting to protect their child. Literally, that's it. Because the feeling I got was, first instance where the son is talking to his father about what his mother did. His mother had the option to save her own life or to sacrifice hers for the child. And immediately I thought of Harry Potter. So I'm like, of course this kid's going to be protected. And the father kind of does the same. He gives up his own life so he can pass on a message to his son. That's basically how I perceived it. So both parents were willing to sacrifice themselves for their son's future. Anyway, I really enjoyed the film. I definitely recommend it for most people. Just go into it knowing exactly what it is. Thank you all for watching. Talk to you next time. Toodles!
You guys got a video? So bad.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Wait on that.